All right, hello everybody. We are the Unknown Bones, and we are going to be breaking down Breaking Dawn. So, first thing we're going to talk about is kind of the influences on the book. It was stated that The Merchant of Venice was kind of a major influence on the book Breaking Dawn. In the book, there's a note written for Bella on one of the pages of The Merchant of Venice. So, Stephanie Meyer says that the reason for including The Merchant of Venice is to hint at the final confrontation of the book being a mental battle. There's no real physical battle happening. And the other reason is to show that there's going to be a happy ending at the end of the novel, in case you couldn't guess. So, I haven't actually read either. I haven't actually read either, but I don't actually see a lot of parallels between The Merchant of Venice and Breaking Dawn.
But now let me ask you this: are you aware of other Shakespearean parallels in Stephanie Meyer's work?
I know that she also mentions that Midsummer Night Dream.
Yeah.
Okay, good? Okay.
Yeah.
Midsummer Night's Dream is one of the other influences. Apparently that's where the imprinting idea came from.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that, actually.
Okay, yeah, there's apparently other Shakespearean influences.
The one that I was aware of the most is apparently New Moon was inspired by Romeo and Juliet a lot, and that one's just really, really blatant. Because they talk about because that's at the very beginning of the book, they're watching Romeo and Juliet together, Edward and Bella.
And he closes.
Yeah, and he closes. Yeah, blah blah blah. Yeah. And then so there's the whole thing where he goes away, and then he finds out Jacob's a jerk, and it's yeah, Bella's dead. And then Edward wants to kill himself and whatnot.
Bella has to save him.
Right, yeah. But it has a happy ending rather than being a tragedy. But, we're not here to talk about New Moon, though. But I was just wanting to bring up the Shakespearean parallel. Yeah.
Right, Breaking Dawn movie came out the other day, so I'm really interested in I don't really want to see this, but the whole birthing part about the half vampire baby. I've only seen one of the films, but I'm kind of interested in knowing how they're going to go about doing that.
They have to turn her into a vampire, and then she can have a baby.
Oh, right. Hopefully everybody's kind of got an idea of what happens, but I'm interested in how the film is going to portray that, because there's apparently some controversy. Hang on. Washington Post states, Breaking Dawn has a childbirth sequence that may promote lifelong abstinence in sensitive types.
The way the book describes it, it's pretty messed up. I'll just say, it's creepy. But, that's me. I think...
What do you say?
Well, I'm the kind of person that's a human being inside you is pretty creepy. Just the concept of it.
No, we're not a kid.
We're not talking about that. But, it is pretty weird just to, sit there and think about it. But, the book talks about how, whenever the baby kicks and all, since part vampire, it's breaking her ribs and bruising her organs, causing internal bleeding, and a lot of other problems. And so to save her, they have to apparently Edward has the premonition to just take a bunch of his venom and save it.
No, he's bitter.
No, he has the vials that he's stabbing her all over the place with.
That's because of his dad.
Yeah. Carlisle.
Yeah.
But so is it Carlisle's venom or Edward's venom?
I think it's
Maybe it's just Edward.
The final product is that she gets essentially poisoned because it talks about venom and turns into a vampire in order to save her.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I really want to see how the film does that because, like, I mean.
Well, they're not gonna. Whatever they're gonna end it, I already know how they're gonna end it. Part 1 is before she's about to have the baby. I already know.
Oh, like right before she has the baby?
Like she starts having contractions.
Yeah, see, they're going to do a Harry Potter thing and try and drag the last one on as long as possible.
Yeah. It's like she starts having contractions and somebody jumps up and goes, no!
No, we got to get her to the hospital. Wait, that doesn't work. Wait, this is the second part. I forgot. Oh, this is interesting. The Independent reviewed the book and called the book shockingly, tackily, sick-makingly sexist, and also says that Bella Swan lives to serve men and suffer.
Yeah, I've heard like many discussions about how Stephanie Meyer portrays women as like weak damsel in distress kind of thing. But like, and then I've heard Stephanie Meyer say things like, "Well, I based the book on Song of Solomon." Okay, I don't know what Song of Solomon she's reading because the wife in Song of Solomon didn't kiss werewolves while she was engaged. So,
The other thing about the Merchant of Venice thing is that, at the end it's not even the protagonist, it's the protagonist's wife, Portia, that ends up saving the merchant.
Yeah.
So, I mean, is it fair to say that in the Twilight series, women are kind of portrayed as passive? I can't think of anything that Bella had a major impact on. Well,
I think she tried playing it up a little bit because they have characters like Rosalie and
Leah.
I can't remember.
Leah's the other werewolf that has a personal pickup.
Oh yeah. And then they have Alice. One of my personal favorite characters, I guess.
Careful.
Yeah. Yeah, that and the scene that I recommend is go watch Eclipse, nothing else, Alice in a Leather Jacket. You won't regret it. But anyway, I think
mine.
Okay, maybe no, the girls should go watch the scene where Edward comes out into the sunlight.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think Stephanie Meyer kind of was aware of the allegations about things like that and was like, no, they're they have superpowers or whatever the heck it is. I just don't think it. I don't know. Again, these are people that think way too much about a book like Breaking Dawn and say, this is brainwashing our children to think that women are nothing.
They got 4th graders reading it and saying that they want to make the movie PG-13 so they cut out most of the sex scenes, but 4th graders are reading this book.
Yeah.
So, what's their not doing?
But, that's like saying, shoot, I don't know. That's like saying, Dragon Ball Z is brainwashing your kids to think that Earthlings are inferior race. Well, I don't care.
Are there any races for Earthlings to be inferior to? I mean.
Well, yeah, but that's too deep philosophically to address right now.